What is up, you sexy beasts? I hope you guys are doing well, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of the day it is. I just hope that you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic on this Thursday morning, and I've got a bunch of stuff I want to share today. I've got some Q&A, talk about Rich Froning, but first of all, before I do anything else, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to Mallory O'Brien. The CrossFit Games released an article just this week about a challenge that she had, or still has, I guess, with Lyme disease. Now, if you didn't already think that Mel was a badass for, getting Rookie of the Year and I think getting 7th at the games on her rookie year as a 19-year-old, it is just insane. And to then find out that only in 2020, 1 year before competing at the CrossFit Games for her first time as an adult, just 1 year prior, she was diagnosed with Lyme disease and got treated for that. I'll link the article in the description below, but essentially, I don't know a whole lot about Lyme disease, but I read up about it, and it sounds awful. Just fatigue and joint pain and headaches, all sorts of symptoms. Mel mentions in the article that she remembers having some tick bites when she was like 10 or 11, but the symptoms of the Lyme disease came into full swing in 2019. And she was finally diagnosed in 2020 after just a bunch of like misdiagnoses. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with her. But the great thing about this article is just her attitude towards adversity and just the way that she's kind of healing herself through functional training and nutrition. I remember as a 19-year-old, there was no way I was researching nutrition and health and all those kind of things. And so it's just quite inspirational to see someone at this age so mature and so determined to be her best self, and just healing herself naturally through vitamins and good nutrition. She also talks about struggling with body image, being a young lady with more muscle than the average girl her age and overcoming that. And just where she is now, just a healthy mindset. It's just an inspirational story and a cool article to read. So please go and click on that, have a read. And again, just massive shout out to the legend, Mel O'Brien. I'm bringing these back. In the past, they've received mixed reviews. Some people absolutely love them and want to know where I got them from, and others absolutely hate them and call me bad names. So what do you think? I just thought I'd bring them back for old time's sake, and if the feedback's good, maybe I'll keep them on. And then in some Rich Froning news, the Morning Chalk Up caught up with Rich Froning recently, and they asked the question, when are you done? When are you finishing up? How much longer do you have? And Rich has mentioned a few times that he's ready to finish. I think he said that last year as well. But it sounds like 2022 will be his last year competing in the teams division. Rich obviously won the individual 4 times. He's won the team 5 times. He only had that one slip up in 2017, coming second in the Affiliate Cup. So that means that he's got 9 titles currently between his 4 individual ones and his 5 team ones. So next year, if he can win it, that'll mean 10 CrossFit Games titles. So maybe that's what he's chasing before he finishes up. You can find the full article by the Morning Chalk Up in the description below, so go and check that out. But let's get to the question that you clicked on the video for, and it's actually part of my Q&A today. And I'll make it the very first question and answer to not waste your time. If you came for that one question, I'm not about wasting your time, I'm all about just bringing you what you want and what you want to see. So if you do want to stick around after this first answer, I'd really appreciate that. And I think maybe you'll find some value in the rest of the video as well. By the way, if you're here for the first time, my name is Wykie and I create content in the CrossFit space, and my commitment to you, it's to bring quality content, not only from a production value when it comes to the quality of the video and the sound, but also the depth of the discussion. I try and do my very best to make sure the videos are what they say they are and they live up to your expectations. So welcome if you are new, let's get into it. What's one thing that you learned from training with Matt that you now apply daily or want to apply? Okay, when I was with Matt, I only spent 1 day at his house, so I only got to train with him once. I learned in that one session that training with others is so much more rewarding and so much more fun than training by yourself. Obviously, Matt, for years, trained by himself, down in his parents' basement. But training with him and having Sammy in the room as well, there's just banter going on, you're sharing the successes. Like Matt got a Wonder Max deadlift, and imagine if he was there by himself, but me and Sammy were there to celebrate with him. And so one thing I'm trying to implement in my training now, because I have my gym at home, I often train by myself. As you would have seen in the last few vlogs, I'm trying now to have people over to train with me more often, and it is so much more rewarding. So that's definitely one thing I got from that session. But the other one is probably low impact exercises that give you bang for your buck. Matt spends lots of time now on the Stairmaster, and he swears by it, and it's because it's low impact and high return. And so that's something I want to implement to get longevity in my training, is select exercises that are lower impact, that will, you know, look after my body but still give me really good return. A couple of examples of this would be spending more time on the bike and the rower than on the road running. Although I enjoy running and I will still implement that, again, it's just higher load, higher impact on the body. You know, same with things like handstand push-ups. In my younger days, I wouldn't even think about it twice. You know, I just jump in there, do massive sets, big EMOMs on my head, and yeah, maybe doing more, you know, barbell pressing, for example. Those are two basic examples, but just seeking out low impact movements that give high return. Is there a market for what you do, video content creation, in South Africa? Look, I think in this day and age, content is just so important for businesses. So if there's small businesses in your area, which, you know, there's always people that are wanting to start new businesses, and for them to communicate their message, they need content. So yes, I think anywhere in the world, there is a high demand for good quality content. So you just gotta find a way to be unique, be a bit different, even if that is just the way that you deal with a client, you know, being timely, being friendly, showing that you care. That stuff sets you apart straight away. So is there a market specifically in the CrossFit space for content in South Africa? I'm not so sure. CrossFit's still a pretty new sport, and there's only so many companies and brands, and there is so many creators out there now gunning for those positions to work with these companies. So, but again, if you are good at what you do and you care about people and companies, you can find the opportunities, that's for sure. What made you happy today? Honestly, every day I wake up, I'm just grateful that I'm here, that I've got breath in my lungs, and that I'm a human being. The chances of being a human being is so minute, and I'm just grateful that I'm one of many billions of sperm that won the race. That's bad. Don't put that in a video. Touching ... toes ? No, Hannah. Still a bit off there. When does the Raw Love merch go on sale, and can we get it in New Zealand? You are going to be able to get the merch worldwide. We're going to ship it wherever you are. If you live in a cave somewhere in the Middle East, I'll send it to you. I'll find you. But yeah, it's going to be available worldwide, and pre-orders will open next Wednesday. So under a week. Talking about merch, look at these cute little bottle openers. You guys know that I love a cold beer. And so these are little key rings that are also bottle openers. So just a few knickknacks that you'll be able to pick up alongside the t-shirts, coasters, mugs. I'm so excited, eh? Jarrett, how much do you love me? My love for you, Jarrett, it runs deep, my fellow South African brother. You have to pack your bags and establish a new home. What city do you choose and why? Well, I guess I can only choose cities that I've visited before, and honestly, one of my favorite cities in the world is Amsterdam. I love the Netherlands, and so I'm thinking that's probably where I'd go just off the top of my head. Yeah, I reckon Amsterdam. I went there once and stayed on one of those home boats. So I reckon living on one of those in Amsterdam would be the bomb. How much does it cost to set up a box at home? It depends what you call a box. I mean, you can literally just do bodyweight exercises and not outlay any cash, and there's so many toys you can spend endless amounts of money. But I would say 10 grand, 10,000 bucks would probably get you like a good rig, you know, barbell plates. I'm just guessing here. Yeah, I think about 10 grand would set up a really nice box, 10, 15 grand. What inspires you? Oh man, there's so many people that inspire me. Definitely people in different areas, like sports people, creators. So for example, on YouTube, there's a guy called Peter McKinnon that inspires me when it comes to video. You know, I'm a massive Roger Federer fan, so just seeing someone so good and so classy, that inspires me. Love a bit of Justin Bieber, so whether I see like one of his tattoos or one of his outfits, that inspires me. I get inspiration from all over. I get a bit of inspiration from the Bible, that's for sure. So yeah, people, fashion, art, music. I find a bit of inspiration everywhere, I think, and it's not intentional, you know, you just kind of, it just lands on you, it just sticks to you, and then somehow it works its way into what you do. So yeah, wow, that was what I called an airy-fairy answer. Airy-fairy. Did you ever compete in CrossFit, or are you training to compete now? Mate, I was a bit of a weapon, when I was younger, in the old New Zealand CrossFit scene. I did a few local comps, I podiumed a few times. But no, my competition days are over, I think. Maybe like a team or a partner, you know, scale division, comp Might be on the cards in the future, but I've got no plans at this stage. But yeah, honestly, back in the day when I started CrossFit, any competition I could get my hands on, I entered and I competed, and I loved it. I'm a very competitive person, and so I do love putting my training, into real life practice and tests. So who knows, maybe. Chips before burger or burger before chips? Absolutely burger before chips. What kind of savage would you be to put chips into your stomach before you've enjoyed the burger? Like I feel like that's what you go for, is the burger. And so you got to enjoy that while you're hungry, while you're starving, and then you just fill up any space that's left with the chips. That's how I feel about it. I might sneak a few chips in there between the bites of the burger. Next gym accessory you are purchasing. I've got a bench coming. I don't think I need anything else, to be honest. I'm pretty satisfied with my setup, but I do need a bench, so that is on its way. And last question, if you had the option to skydive or scuba to work every day, which one would you choose? I have skydived once before. I enjoyed the actual falling part, the free fall part. I didn't really enjoy the coming down with the parachute. Maybe my guy just turned too many times, but I kind of felt I've got a sensitive stomach, and so felt a bit ill. I've only ever snorkeled, I've never scuba dived, but I like the idea of being under the water with the creatures, so I'm gonna say scuba. Scuba to work every day, yeah. My tribe, I appreciate you. If you haven't seen my latest video on pull-ups, is kipping pull-ups cheating, and getting some good tips and tricks on improving your strict and kipping pull-ups, go check that out right now, like right here. You can click on that and watch that video. But otherwise, you just stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you real soon. Bye. Mwah.